Okay, first of all, of course, I'd like to give you an idea about what Mysupply is. We take care for negotiation, in particular in procurement. And for us, it's a pretty important topic because especially in procurement, so it's not going for, yeah, it's continuing. All right. So companies are losing millions because things are not really negotiated pretty well in many companies. And because of, on the one hand, there is a lot of effort, what it takes to really negotiate very good. On the other hand, it also is a lot of things you need to know to really do intelligent negotiations. And we are going to solve this with a digital solution. And this basically saves companies a lot of money. So Mysupply can't be used for everything in particular, but there's a huge area of spend, which is the one which is not really negotiated properly. Normally you get an average of 3% savings, where you just ask from procurement, asking the supplier, hey, you're not delivering really good price. Can I get maybe 3% off? And this is what you get in average. Or even though there's a big bunch of things which are not negotiated at all. I just talked to a company today, they're not negotiating below a threshold of 50,000 euro. And so for this area, we can very well work with automated negotiation and save an average more than 11%. With Mysupply, we develop basically two solutions. The one solution is a complete sourcing, which is applicable especially for medium-sized companies. And there you got the full run of doing the tender, supplier search, tracking, but also supplier evaluation. Then we build lots, so to make it suitable for the negotiation. And then it's our sweet spot. We do the automated negotiation by, first of all, defining the negotiation strategy based on the lots and the offers, and then going into the negotiation in a very automated way. For the huge companies where we're really focusing on, we are going to implement into huge solutions like SAP Ariba and Coupa. And we just pick this piece, which can just be added to the tenders that existing sourcing solutions like SAP Ariba or Coupa and also others are providing, and just mainly add the automated negotiation to really make it very easy and very convenient for the buyers to integrate it. So our market is really, really huge, but we are not competing against someone basically. So we're having a solution that is an add-on to existing solutions like SAP Ariba. What we aim to do is we aim, especially when we look into SAP, we were looking for achieving a 10% of their customers. So this means about 500 customers, which will create an average recurring revenue of about 30 million already. And this is just the start. I'm planning to do this with many different integration into many different suites. With Mysupply, we have been founded 2020. We're currently looking for convertible loan. We're going to bring the plugin to the SAP store in April and planning for a bigger seed round by the end of the year. So Mysupply does not really have a competitor. So there's many indirect competitors, but no competitors to do what exactly we are doing. We have a great team. The CSO who just recently joined was former head of sales of Scoutbee, and we have really cool people on board. We're based in Hamburg and also based in Sofia, in Bulgaria, and also a bit in Ukraine and Tunisia. What we're currently looking for is 800,000 euros, which is still missing out for our 1 million pre-seed round, what we're currently doing based on convertible loans. And yeah, we're planning a bigger seed round by the end of the year, as already mentioned. That's basically it. Thank you so much for your patience and looking very much forward for your questions.
Awesome, Andreas. Thanks for sharing Mysupply. My first, and I think the most obvious question for anybody listening is, Why would suppliers want to use this if you're advertised that the buyers get better prices because of using it?
Yeah. So of course, for suppliers, this has also some advantages. So they get their business pretty quickly. So they don't have to deal with long processes. And they also learn about the competition where they're in. But of course, we are not selling the solution to suppliers, but to the buyers. So this is our customers. This is the ones who are paying. But also for, as mentioned, for suppliers, it has a lot of advantages using it.
I know I get a lot, not a lot, but I've gotten more recently automated emails from people where I'll send them an email and there'll be an automated email back saying, sorry, I'm not taking unsolicited emails. Verify you're a human and do this here, or verify you're a human and spend 0.1% of a Bitcoin or whatever it is to have your email go through to me. And then I always just think those people are a bit of snobbish pricks. If I can be honest, why would a supplier not think something similar if they get an automated response like this?
It's not just an automated response like this. So what we try to do is make it very convenient also for the suppliers working with Mysupply. For example, when they are in a negotiation, everything what they really get is an information they can really rely on. So it's just not, we're not cheating around with suppliers. They really get all the information that is needed. They get more information about the competition, and they also can really see and have a calculation sheet within Mysupply, which makes it pretty convenient also to recalculate their prices. And so this is just saving a lot of time also for the suppliers.
What's the biggest challenge you have right now in building the business and in selling specifically to customers?
Yeah, so of course, basically, what we need is speed. Of course, we are, as mentioned, we are not having the plugin ready. We are very much focusing on having the plugin ready, and of course, we are very excited to having the first trials with customers. But of course, time is money, and of course, currently we're in a situation where it makes a lot of sense to have the traction as soon as possible, especially in an area like procurement, where it's very complicated also for investors to understand what is really behind and what is the market. And for investors, it's most likely that they want to see the traction as soon as possible. And so we can't wait to have it up and running.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone who's listening, of course, if you got questions, post those in the show notes. We've also got a poll of who's your favorite startup of the night so far. If you could post in there, that would be great as well. We've got Lendors, Lives, Foodwiser, and of course Mysupply. Sometimes it's a little hard when you've got to be doing this live. My last question for you before we open it up to the audience is, what's the big picture? What is the kind of 100x from here? Where does Mysupply go?
Yeah, so of course, for me, the story is like we're first of all helping to automate things in sourcing. Then we're going to an autonomous negotiation. But in the next place, we can even go to an autonomous sourcing, which means that we can run fully automated tenders, including negotiations. And we are already starting with some customers already working on that. So this is pretty cool because you can really digitize the full process. And this will, of course, change a lot in procurement, which is much behind in a lot of areas. And we are aimed to be, of course, the first one having really fully autonomous sourcing processes ready, where the negotiations is mostly the missing piece. And yeah, so I think there's a great journey to come.
Especially with the supply chains getting all shaken up thanks to COVID.